It's not much better news if you travel underground, as tube bosses have admitted the network can't keep up with increasing demand. From today, an extra 6 trains an hour will be running on the Northern Line. But TfL says the capital needs more trains overground too. Ruth Zorko was out in this morning's rush hour to find out more.
This is what transport bosses call an improvement. More trains on the Northern Line maybe, but still a commuter crush. At Clapham South this morning, many struggled to board the trains, and when they did, it was very uncomfortable.
So the question is really, have you noticed any difference?
No, definitely not. Today's been more jam-packed than recently, actually.
Yeah, I would say it's not as busy today.
Can't say I've noticed any visible difference whatsoever. In fact, there was a slightly longer gap between the train I got and the next train.
There are 6 more tubes an hour hurtling through the tunnels, carrying an extra 11,000 passengers and a brand new control centre in Highgate to monitor them. But it seems that isn't enough.
Well, this is the nerve centre of the Northern Line, and up here on these screens you've got the line set out in front of you from High Barnet in the top left to Morden in the bottom right, and each of the little coloured arrows represents a train. Transport for London says it's doing everything it can to get more trains passing through those tunnels, but ultimately there's a limit to the tube's capacity and they're struggling with an increase in the population.
There's a huge number of new houses being created in those parts of the city, huge number more people using the Northern Line as a commuter route into town. So of course we have to keep trying to do more to squeeze even more capacity out of tunnels, which actually will always be slightly too narrow and slightly too deep.
The tube network alone, especially in South London, can't cope with the growth that London's seeing. That's why we need to improve the rail network very dramatically as well.
London's population is set to grow to 10 million by 2030. That's one tube full of people every 3 days. Ruth Zorko, ITV News.